Look at it. Well, I have to tell you, AeroPilates is absolutely a life changer. You know, I sell a lot of things here in HSN, and it's very rare I can come out and sell something which I will tell you can totally transform your life. Whether you're an absolute beginner and you haven't worked out in years, or you're super strong and you need more balance, you need more flexibility, everything in between, the AeroPilates system is gonna do that for you. Now, here's what we're doing tonight, which is amazing. We have sold many beautiful AeroPilates over the years. In fact, thousands and thousands and thousands. We have never been under $300. This is actually the first time ever. This unit specifically has more upgrades than ever before. It is a huge, huge packaging, and it's brand new colors as well. So I'm gonna feature the colors in the back, and then we're gonna take a good long time and really walk you through why AeroPilates is a total game changer in millions of people's lives. I'm gonna show you a couple results first, guys. Look at that before, look at the after. Check that out. I mean, from top to bottom, from arms to tummy area, buns to thighs to legs. Look at that after in so few weeks. And then we'll show you another one that's 17 pounds lost, but look at the transformation of the body as well. The next before and after I want to show you, again, look at the body transformed. Look at her bun area towards her lower back. Look how different, look at her arms, her upper arms, that flabby area we always have a tough time with. Again, amazing. And that's, again, 17 pounds. Here's Tina, lost 15 pounds. Look, again, look at that tummy area. We look down and say, oh, there's nothing that can be done. AeroPilates is truly the answer. It is a whole body, complete system that's gentle and it's beautiful and it's relaxing and it works. I mean, truly works. It's a very different way to transform your body, your mind, your entire health by using the AeroPilates system. All right, let me show you the colors because I don't want you to wait very long. This sells out every time we have it on the air, and it has been 3 years since we've offered it as the one and only today's special of the entire year. You gotta get it tonight, especially if you want the specific color. So behind me, I'm gonna start to my right-hand side. That's that beautiful new teal color we have. The middle one is the black. And the last one is, we're calling it taupe. We've decided we're calling that one beige. To me, that looks like the inside of a high-end luxury car, like the kind of cars we wish we could own. I swear, that's what that beige color looks like. With the white, it's just really cool and really, really upgraded. As I mentioned, there's new upgrades involved in this unit that we have. And again, first time ever, we've never been under $300. It is the most affordable way to finally get the AeroPilates. Now, I'm going to show a woman right now who I'm allowed to say is 70 years young. And she is the one, and this is amazing. Pilates has always been this exclusive group. You had to go to a studio. It started out in the ballet world, on and on and on. Very expensive to get a reformer. They cost thousands of dollars. And this woman beside me, Marjolaine Bergman, she literally was the person to bring the Pilates reformer into homes. And now at 70 years young, looks as good as ever, is moving as good as ever, and you are a living, breathing proof that this system really works.
Well, I'm very grateful, Suzanne, because, you know, when I found Pilates on the reformer, I didn't think I'd ever walk again. So it was really a question of, gosh, how am I going to get my life back? So not only did it heal the injury that I had, but after 3 months of using it, I was so amazed by my postural changes and the lack of stiffness in my body and the increase in flexibility and stability and mobility, all those things. And I thought, everyone should be allowed to have this. It should be affordable. Yep. We've obviously made it super affordable today. And I'm hoping that everybody takes advantage of that.
For sure, for sure. And also we have 5 flex pay. We've got free shipping included with it. So there's never been a better moment than right now to finally get a Pilates system in your home. All right, so let's start with this. You told me a story earlier.
Yes.
You said you were talking to people and I said, isn't it remarkable that at 70 years old, yes, you still are doing Pilates and look amazing?
So I had the accident when I was 40. And very quickly thereafter, we developed the reformer and sold it on QVC originally. And I used to say to my manufacturers, do you think that you don't really expect me to be in a leotard when I'm 70
Leggings.
on TV, do you? But today, here I am, and I feel better than I've ever felt, Suzanne. And, you know, and even though I do it every day and have been doing it for over 30 years, every day I recognize the benefits. Because, you know, you get out in the garden. I now have a grandchild, so I'm on the floor.
Congrats.
I just find that it keeps me young and flexible. And you really are only as young as you are flexible.
That is so true. Oh my goodness. All right, so we're gonna go over a lot of details. So stay with me all hour because it's like an onion and we're gonna peel off layer after layer after layer of how beneficial this is, but it is incredibly beneficial. And what I love, Marjolaine, about this so much, it's one workout covers so much more than even if you were at the gym for several hours.
Well, I think most people dread exercise, don't you think?
Yes,
and,
absolutely.
And I'm not really sure why, because I've always really enjoyed it, but I think it's because it's probably painful and it's dreary and you have to get in your car and go to a gym and sweat along with a whole lot of other people. What I find about this, and we recently did a survey of AeroPilates users, and what we discovered was that over 95% of people, number one, really enjoy doing this. So while you're working out, it actually feels really good. And then when you get off your reformer, not only have you learned how to move correctly, but you feel really amazing.
Okay, guys, and I want you to look at your screen because this is the study of the benefits.
Okay.
And it says 94%, and you were kind of referring to that right now.
Yes. So this is a slightly different, this was a study that we did last year, but the survey was recent. However, 94% of people recommend using a reformer in their life for how it will change how they look and feel. And what I can guarantee for you is that you will notice those changes within the first 30 days, which I think is really remarkable. Yes. So after one session, you're going to feel muscles that you didn't realize you had. You wake up in the morning, you'll think, wow, those internal stabilizers, those little muscles that hold my joints together. Muscles in your abdominals that you're not used to using, all of those will become very aware of. And then after 10 sessions, you're going to be looking different. You're going to feel different. People are going to say, what are you doing? After 20 sessions, your body is moving like a completely different person. You will be getting out of bed in the morning without stiffness. You'll start to stand taller. Your head will feel like it's back where it needs to be. Your lumbar spine won't feel so stiff. All those things begin to change. And you can accomplish that in the first 30 days easily.
How amazing is that too? And you're not committing hours and hours every day to do it.
No.
Like what's the longest
minutes.
workout? 20
They're
minutes.
20 minutes. I like to do 20 minutes of the foot bar work to get toned and defined, work my abs, work all my muscles, and then I like to use the rebounder for 20 minutes.
Okay, and we're gonna kind of explain that too, guys, because I'm gonna show you, here's what I love about Midnight, and I'll just give you a little heads up. I have been blessed to work with Marjolaine for a very long time. When you see the accessory pieces, please pay close attention to these tonight, because typically they sell out way before our Pilates reformer will do that. Now, I think one of the most important things you can buy, and I'm gonna have Marjolaine explain it in a minute, is the rebounding system. Because with the rebounding system, if you truly wanna lose weight, and I'm gonna read you a direct quote, they did a study, and this study is gonna blow you away, just by adding that rebounder, which is so much fun. Like if you said, Suze, go out and run a mile, I can't even go 5 steps. My knees just can't take it. But I can rebound all day long because it's so gentle on my knees and my hips. This study says if you add the rebounder, which we have available, you can lose 2 pounds a week and improve your heart health, your joints, even your organs. So if you can swing it, remember this is the most affordable rebounder we've ever offered here on HSN, and we've offered it for years. We've sold thousands and thousands of them. Get the reformer and add to it. In fact, I was talking to Marjolaine earlier and she said, the price of today's reformer is less than how much it cost them to make it now. So get that reformer. I don't have as many reformers as I do, and we'll show you how you switch it out, and she'll go into it a little bit longer. We also have the mat if you want to put it underneath it. We have the head rest, which a lot of people like. There is an adjustable rest on there. This is an extra one. We've got the famous circle, the magic circle, which she'll talk about in just a minute. And then I'm gonna go over to Colette and I wanna show you this. If you notice, Colette is sitting up higher. If you say, well, I might have a little bit of an issue getting all the way to the ground. Also, it does change up your exercises too. We have what's called the raised platform. So notice if you go down and see how she's up off the ground, this raised platform is available. I'm telling you, the crew put it together like in 5 minutes because we had to get it out here. And it is available. I have less than 700 if you want to get that raised platform to go with it. So Marjolaine, let's do this. Let's talk about what is new. So it's so cool to have a brand new unit that's got new features we've never offered before.
Absolutely. So obviously we listened to all of you over time, and one of the things that we wanted to change for you was the way in which you adjust the strap length. And so it's a really wonderful new system. First of all, there's little lines on the platform that you can just pull your strap to the length that you want it, make it even on both sides, and with a little slip knot, you just make the adjustment. So it's really a simple, easy way to make sure that your straps are the right length and easy to adjust. If your husband perhaps is taller and wants to adjust it, it literally takes seconds to do.
And Marjolaine, what I'm gonna do this, they're trying to get a shot of it right now.
Okay.
So show them on the opposite side what you're talking about.
So here you've got the lines, the markers for the length. I like to be at the third line beyond the shoulder pad. And here is a little slip knot. So the adjustment is really easy. You're just pulling on the thread this way, making it shorter or making it longer. And if you just hold it to where you want it, you can make that adjustment really simple and make them even. So it's really just a brilliant, easy way to make them symmetrical and easily adjustable for different people in the family. The other thing that we have is a wider foot bar.
This is the first time we've ever offered in all these years the wider foot bar.
So normally the foot bar would have been just parallel to the frame itself, so probably 4 inches less wide. So if you think about opening up your hips, using your inner thighs, really getting some flexibility in your groin and really getting those hips flexible, then the wider foot bar makes all the difference. So I really love that.
Okay, when it comes to being able to adjust this, how can a person who's an absolute beginner, has never done Pilates before, or someone who's really in great shape, how does this work for them?
Yes, so basically you begin by looking at the resistance. So the chords on this reformer, you've got one red, one black, and one yellow, and they're all slightly different. The black is like a 1, the red is like a 2, and the yellow is like a 1/2. So you get 7 levels of resistance here. These act like your abdominal muscles. So whenever your abs have to work, these chords will do the work for you. So in other words, taking the resistance off makes your stabilizers have to work a little bit harder. So in true reformer Pilates, less resistance is harder than more resistance. So when you're working the major mobilizing muscles, your big muscles of your legs and arms, then more resistance will bulk those up and strengthen them. And then if you want to work your core, your stabilizers, your pelvic floor, your inner thighs, your abdominals, your obliques, then you want to go really light. So you're getting 7 levels, which is more than enough for anybody, whether you're very weak or very strong.
Or a top athlete. If you can do all 3 of those chords at once, I would like to meet you, because you're gorgeous and you're really strong.
So I'm gonna go down to one black and do some arm exercises. So if I'm doing this simple arm exercise here, just lifting, sorry, there you go, This is the beginner version. We can add, some different arm exercises so that you're working different muscles of the upper body. To make that a little bit harder, Suzanne, I stretch my legs straight out in front. And so now I may have to go down in resistance, but you can feel that your abdominal muscles have to work a little bit harder. Do you see that?
Oh, yes.
And you have to pivot forward a little bit, so it involves lengthening of the hamstrings. And then as you progress and those abdominal muscles get stronger, you go to the advanced level, which is the kneeling version. And so this is where I have to be very careful not to fall forward, so I have to really use my core stabilizers. So right there, you've got 3 different levels for one exercise, and that's true of almost every exercise in the program, of which there are hundreds and hundreds. Today, you're getting 29 workouts in your package. All you do is click on a link. Everything is streamable. You'll be able to see it on every single device. And you'll never get bored because there's beginner, there's intermediate, there's advanced moves, there's a lot of stretching moves. There's everything you could ever want in a fitness program.
Well, and beyond that, on her website, which is Living Lighter.
Lighter Living, yeah.
Lighter Living, excuse me. There are an additional 300 workouts. So you will never be without a great workout. And remember, it's as little as 20 minutes a couple days a week. And it truly is a complete transformation of your system and your body. I'll give you an idea. If you look at our FlexPay right now, it's $60 to get it at home. Do you know that's less than the price of having one Pilates class going into a studio? That's less than the price of a single class. You pay this off in 5 months using a major credit card. You're using it literally for years and years and years to come. Now, we haven't talked about how you can collapse it and roll it and put it away. That's one of my all-time favorite features.
Well, let me show you, because
can we do a testimonial and then we'll come back and do it?
Absolutely, love
Sure,
to.
because I want you to learn what other people have learned, and I want you to watch this, please.
In my mid-60s, the AeroPilates Reformer has enabled me to be stronger and more flexible. I have more energy. My muscle tone is just incredible. I'm getting back to the way I used to be when I ran, played tennis, did my yoga every day. The machine actually stretches you and strengthens you. This machine, I cannot rave about it enough. I have just been absolutely thrilled with the results from this. And no matter how I'm feeling after I have my workout on the AeroPilates Reformer, I am good to go for the rest of the day. I feel like $1,000,000. The machine has just been, honestly, a miracle. And I'm so happy that we were able to participate in the AeroPilates 2-month challenge. We love these machines, and there's no way that I am not going to be using my AeroPilates machine for as long as I can.
Isn't that amazing? And she's doing great, 2 months.
Well, you know what she's really saying, and it's hard for you to know this until you really do it, but every exercise involves both a stretching component and a strengthening component. So you're stretching and strengthening every muscle in your body. Every single muscle, all the little ones, all the deep stabilizing ones, all the ones that hold your joints together. If you want more mobility and you want flexibility in your arms, your shoulders, your elbows, your wrists, your ankles, your hamstrings, every single muscle will get longer and stronger. So you're going to see tone, definition, better posture. And then in our studies, we saw massive reduction in stress. So think about that. Stress has become a real thing that we talk about now, which is adrenaline and cortisol. And you know, they're the unfortunate hormones that keep us with belly fat and make us fatigued and tired and grumpy. And so 20 minutes 3 times a week will change that, remove some of the stress. It'll help you sleep better. And then posture is another thing. You know, I think we forget about posture. You know, I've got this little grandchild who's just beginning to crawl, and I'm noticing, oh, she's beginning to become aware of her abdominals, and you know, and lifting her head and all of those things. As we age, we forget we've got those fabulous muscles, and then we just become completely imbalanced and crooked. And what the Reformer is able to do is see your imbalances. It will feel your right side stronger or weaker, longer, tighter, whatever it is, and without you having to know much about it, it will fix it for you so that very quickly you begin to just move differently.
Yes. Well, it's funny too, when you even try it the very first time, for me, it's like your body wakes up.
Yes.
Like it almost is like you forgot you have stuff from here down. and then all of a sudden you go, oh my goodness, look, everything's kind of waking up, and you just feel looser. You feel, instantly you feel better when you get off of it, even the first time. And even if you're an absolute beginner, it really is a huge difference. Now, a couple things, I have to give you an update. So you're loving our luxury car look. Okay, the beige right there, which again, it looks like the interior of a really, really nice car, especially with the white contrast of the frame. That to me is so gorgeous. That's the beige on the far end over there. That is the #1 most popular right now. Then of course we have the black, and then the teal is a brand new teal for us as well. So we have 3 choices. I love midnight. A couple things I have to explain, especially if you're new. If you're gonna buy this, make sure you completely check out. So what happens is, and I learned this about 6 months ago because I didn't check out, I got home several hours later, went, oh, I better check out. 4 of the 5 items I had in my cart were sold out. I was like, what happened? I've been here 20 years. Usually when I shop, I don't mess around, I just check out, but I forgot. Anyway, if our systems need your item and it's sitting in your cart, it'll be taken out of your cart and put it into the person's cart who's actively checking out and buying it. Our systems aren't a safety corral for an item. You truly do have to make a decision rather early. And with this, we've not done a Pilates, AeroPilates Today special in 3 years. We've never been below $300. This has upgrades we've never offered before. So it's a beautiful new model. It's a great way to get in Pilates. If you've had friends who've done Pilates or you've heard about it for years and you thought, how can I afford to get into it? Use our 5 Flex Pay, that's $60. You know, skip a couple coffees over a couple months. You've paid for it. And I'm telling you, no lie, it is a complete life changer. By the way, it holds up to 300 pounds. When we come back, we're gonna show you some more surprises about it. Also, a lot of you are taking my advice, and I appreciate that. Get that rebounder. We'll explain that when we come back as well, as we continue with our AeroPilates 1 time a year today's special.
Inspiration comes to me from everywhere.
1, 2, 3.
And I love bringing you my favorites. Whether it's hand-picked gemstones or fashion must-haves straight from my closet. Style is self-expression. These are beautiful things, and it's a thrill to share my collections with you. Only on HSN and at hsn.com.
Ready to hit refresh and unlock massive savings? HSN's first big sale of the year is here. Save big on top brands and get up to 50% off thousands of items. Shop fashion and jewelry up to 60% off. Plus beauty, kitchen, home, and electronics up to 30% off. Shop now and score huge savings before they're gone.
Improvements is a leading innovator of unique, high-quality decor. Space-saving storage ideas for every room, and essential kitchen must-haves. With the latest color and style trends, our items are designed to solve every home and garden need, so you can create the space you've always wanted. Dream big, make it amazing, because there's always room for improvements. Improvements on HSN.
We have something special for you. Sign up for HSN emails and take 15% off your next single item purchase. You'll get exclusive offers, early access, and the latest updates sent straight to your inbox. Love to save? Visit hsn.com to learn more.
Watching HSN, I'm Suzanne Runyon. Thanks for hanging out tonight. 2 things. Number 1, host closet. You guys kind of want to know what we're wearing. Is it available? Yes. The sweater, little hoodie I'm wearing, it's so cute with a little zip up. It's a knit sweater hoodie, and it's by Amy Morrison from her Creations collection. If you'd like to see and purchase the items that we're wearing many nights, you can go to hsn.com and shop in our host closet, and indeed, you can buy the stuff we have on. Another quick note too, Tuesday night, I'm coming back to wrap up the day with Marjolaine at 11 p.m., but then Tuesday night, I'll be here, and at 9:30, we'll do my YouTube, HSN Gets Crafty with Suzanne. We've got a great guest coming up. We're gonna show you a lot of creative ideas as well. But in this hour, we're talking about how to end being sick and tired of being sick and tired. How to truly, truly maximize the life we have. It was interesting, Marjolaine, my husband and I, we were talking the other day, and he's not usually one to be very, very mushy. He's not the mushiest guy in the world. But he said to me, isn't it amazing that we're going in the back half of our life healthier than we've been in many, many years? As opposed to going into the back half of your life thinking it's all over and you're done for. That is truly remarkable, and I think the AeroPilates is such a wonderful way to be able to change that conversation.
Right, well, we all know that we have to move. Movement is really the key to staying healthy and staying youthful, but moving the wrong way is the worst thing you can do, and a lot of people are injured and have gained weight and are unable to do the things that you really want to do when you're in your 60s and 70s and 80s. You know, hiking, climbing mountains, playing with your grandchildren. I mean, these are all really important things. So this is one way that you can incorporate a system of wellness that really, as Suzanne has said, will quickly make a huge difference in your life. You know, you'll feel it right away, and you don't have to do it every day, and you don't have to do a lot of it every day. The convenience of having it at home means that you can do 5 minutes in the morning and 5 minutes before you go to bed at night. You know, if you happen to twist the wrong way in the garden, you can do 2 or 3 stretches and fix the issue so that you're not waking up feeling pain in the morning. Sleeping better, de-stressing, just taking that 20 minutes of me time is the most essential thing for me. You know, I used to meditate a lot. Now I find this to be like my meditation. It's like doing a yoga class, having a chiropractic adjustment, doing a strength training class and a stretching class all at the same time.
Yeah, you're exactly right. Okay, let's do this. Let's talk about the storage, because a lot of you go, wow, it's pretty long, and like, where am I going to put it? That's always a big concern.
Okay, pull the foot bar out, release the cord, push the platform all the way back. In the middle is a hinge and wheels at the end. So once you assemble it, it takes about 15 minutes to assemble. It's generally 90% assembled. You're going to add wheels, the little feet, and screw in the end caps. That's it. So that was folding it. And when I want to use it, I just literally unfold it, and down it goes. The hinge is in the middle. Attach the platform. You've got 3 cords here, a red, which is super strong, a black, which is in the middle, and a yellow one, giving you 7 levels of resistance, which is plenty. And then you put your foot bar in. It folds away really to like the size of an ironing board.
It totally does, yeah. And you can squeeze it in the littlest closet space, or if you've got a and if you leave it out, great, but maybe just want to put it up against a wall. That's how I've done it as well. Put it in a closet, up against a wall. It does not have to be laying out all the time, because it's just that simple to put away. It's not hard at all. So if space is one of your concerns, please don't let that be a concern. When I bought my AeroPilates, it was simply because we were living in under 700 square feet. I had very little space. I still wanted to work out, so that's when I purchased my AeroPilates, was when I was at the smallest space I've ever lived in. Now, Marjolaine, if you don't mind, let's talk about that, but I do want to get into the rebounder, because that is an addition of all the things we have that I know you highly recommend. I love the rebounder, because I could do things on the rebounder that if I had to do it on a cement floor or out, you know, on a sidewalk, I could not possibly do it.
Let me tell you the story of how the rebounder became a thing. I was a runner. I was obviously doing reformer Pilates. It healed my body from a serious accident. I found myself in such better shape, more toned, stronger, more flexible than I ever was before. But I started getting stress fractures in my feet. And the first one happened one summer, and the doctor said, you know, you're in your 50s. I'm surprised you haven't had one earlier, because you've been running for a long, long time. Anyway, the following year, the other foot, I said, okay, that's it. I can't really run anymore. I need to do something differently. And in the old days, Joe Pilates had a jump board. So there was a very hard, solid piece of wood that you would put in place of the foot bar and jump against it. And he used it for ballet dancers to learn how to do their jumps and their pirouettes, etc. Anyway, we came up with the idea, what would happen if it was a trampoline? And so developed it, did the studies. What we learned was no impact on your joints, which is amazing, because the jump board is still very impactful. It's like jumping on a hard concrete floor. Running, as you know, creates stress fractures in your feet. And so your joints are protected, your inner organs are protected, and the abdominal workout that you get from rebounding is beyond, apart from the lymphatic flow and all the other benefits of rebounding. So that rebound, was developed, and then we started doing studies and saw the weight loss that happens so easily because you're burning more calories. So you can see here in these animations, every single reformer exercise engages your core stabilizing muscles, which is important for functional fitness. It's actually how our bodies are supposed to move. So in life, you're supposed to initiate from your abdominals, and most of us forget we have them. So the reformer is going to teach you how to do that. But when you're rebounding, you actually have to, do you feel it in your belly?
Girl, yes.
It's like you'll get a flatter tummy. It's the only thing that got rid of my C-section pooch after Louis. And I am amazed at how much improved my VO2 uptake is, my cardio health, my heart health, etc. And people started losing, 2 pounds a week easily.
Which was in the study. Now imagine doing this. You're doing it 3 times a week for 20 minutes, and by the end of the first month, potentially you can lose 8 pounds. Now let's prove the difference between a non-Pilates body and a Pilates body in these before and afters. Let's talk about those.
All right, so look at Janine. Obviously, she's starting to gain belly fat. She's lost her posture too and her structure. So after 8 weeks of just doing the foot bar and the rebounder 3 times a week, you can see weight loss was obvious, 13 pounds, but muscle building was something that happens too. So remember, you're changing your body composition. You're not just losing weight, you're actually building muscle, which weighs more. So in fact, if you really thought about it, she's lost a lot of inches, but the pounds are sort of, they're a little bit under what they normally would have been because muscle weighs more. So she's converting her fat to muscle. Her posture's improved. Look at how you can see on one, her head was over on one side more than the other. Her shoulders are back where they're supposed to be. Her hands are facing the right direction. Her pelvis is better. Everything is better just from the 3 times a week. So again, you're going to see that too. If you just get on, do the basic workout that comes, there's so many. You get 29 workouts today. But if you just do the basic one for a week, 3 times, you're going to say, wow, how amazing do I feel? And then eventually you begin to see the changes and look differently. So Tina lost 15 pounds. You can see her belly's much smaller. She's obviously lost inches around her hips and her waist.
Look at her legs.
Her legs, her posture. And the smile on her face is the best part, I think, because, you're really going to enjoy doing this. It feels good to do. You'll look forward to it. And when you can't do it, you'll feel it. You'll think, oh, I can't bear being away from my reformer because, for me, it's my best friend.
Right.
I really love it. I was just in Australia for Christmas, and my brother has my dad's old one. So I brought new cords and I revived it. I cleaned it up and I pulled it out and I got on it, and I was so grateful that I still had a reformer to use.
You can pack the cords, not the reformer.
Exactly. It was fantastic.
So here's what's happening too. I've got a lot of you on the line for it, and a lot of you are like, okay, here's your chance. It's been many, many years that we've offered the Pilates reformer or the AeroPilates reformer. And for many people, it was like, but tonight we're the lowest price we've ever offered. And there's new upgrades to it. So it's not like you're getting some model we had 5 years ago. It's actually been completely upgraded, which is amazing. The black is the #1 most popular at this point. You're loving the black, followed by that beautiful beige. The beige to me is like the Rolls-Royce car, the fancy car with the beautiful interior and the white exterior. So I think it's gorgeous. And then of course we have the deep teal as the 3rd color. Here's what we're doing. We've got 5 flex pays. You can get this home for $60. Isn't it worth trying something different? Maybe you've tried to diet a lot. Maybe you've tried to work out at the gym. Maybe you got that gym membership and you never use it. When you switch to Pilates, it is a complete game changer because there's absolutely nothing else out there like it. I mean, nothing. If I've ever seen a couple friends of mine go to Pilates classes, and I'm telling you, for one class, they pay more than a flex pay here at HSN, and they pay over and over and over again, and they have to get to class. It's not the convenience of having it right there at home. So for less than the price of one class, so go 5 Pilates classes, you're gonna be able able to get this home and you literally will use it for years. Believe it or not, this unit is so comfortable. The padding is beautiful. The seat is nice and wide, so it's comfortable, it's balanced. Do you know this holds up to 300 pounds? That is how sturdy and strong and well built it is. And yet it folds up to about the size of an ironing board, and it's easy to move and put away. We have all the reasons why it's a yes tonight. It's the beginning of the new year. For me, that's the time to make those new commitments, to feel refreshed, to look at the year differently. Last year's done, it's gone, it's over. You've got a fresh start in the new year. And it doesn't matter if you're 19 or you're 92. Getting on the Pilates Reformer is just a completely different experience. And you can say, oh my goodness, I have not even stretched or worked out in 10 years. And you can start. And again, think about this. It's so effective, top to bottom, inside and out, and 360, that you only have to commit to 20 minutes 3 times a week. Other forms of working out, you're in the gym for an hour, you're taking the classes, you're trying to jog and keep up with everybody or do the crazy dance steps in a class or what have you. With the Pilates, AeroPilates Reformer, what you're doing is 20 minutes 3 times a week. Can you imagine? I mean, literally, by the time this hour's done, you would have finished your week's workout. Think about that, 20 minutes in an hour, you would have finished an entire week's workout in an hour.
Plus, the $60 payment is probably less than a pair of running shoes or an outfit to go to the gym.
Exactly.
And most of the time, I have 3 friends that own gyms. People buy the membership at the beginning of the year, they go for 2 or 3 times, and then they stop going. And then you're still paying that exorbitant amount of money every single month.
Yep.
So let's talk flexibility, because I don't think we emphasize it enough, especially when we're younger. You know, my 30s and 40s, I really didn't stretch the way I do now. And now I realize how important it is to have long, mobile muscles so that one isn't pulling and compensating in a way that gets your frame out of whack. So there's an exercise called the elephant, which stretches your hamstrings. And why do we need long hamstrings? Because if they're tight, they pull on your pelvis and cause lower back issues. In fact, 99% of lower back problems come from tight hamstrings. So I haven't done this today, nor yesterday. So I'm going to do it live and show you with 10 reps just what it can do. I'm going to touch my toes. So this would be a standard way of just measuring how long your hamstrings are. And now that I do Reformer, you know, I'm much more flexible than I used to be. So, you know, my fingers are on the floor. I'm going to do the elephant.
I'm going to do it with you.
So, okay, so we're on 1 black. These are very brand new cords, so 1 black is great. You don't want it too light because it's really hard on your abdominals. So you don't want it too heavy either. Yep. So bend at the waist, lift the tailbone to the ceiling. So your body is making the letter V. Push the platform back. Use your pelvic floor. Pull the platform forward, lift your tailbone to the ceiling, and bring your head to your knees. All right, and again, push back. Do you feel the stretch?
Oh gosh, yeah.
And
I needed it too.
Yes, pull the feet forward, lift the tailbone to the ceiling, head to the knees. Okay, again, we're gonna do, that's 3. Let's do 7 more. Did you touch your toes before you did this?
No.
Oh, okay.
But I probably,
right, well,
I can tell you I probably wouldn't have been able to touch them before I did it. Let's just put it that way.
I can already feel how my lower back is almost 2 inches, and my hamstrings. You know, my upper body's getting closer and closer to my lower body. It's amazing. It feels so good because my pelvis is being released and my hamstrings are getting longer, but my lower back is releasing too. All right, 2 more. 1 and 2. You're going to be amazed at this. Now I'm going to step off.
Now, trust me, I would not be. I play a ton of tennis. So what happens is my body is always in this squash position like this.
Yes.
I'm always in this. So
all
these.
Right, touch your toes now.
Let's see if we can
feel different. Okay, well, look at this.
Oh, yeah, I did it. Look I got to my toes.
And look at me. Look at this.
Oh, my gosh. Remember, she just had her fingers down.
Amazing.
Wait, can you guys see? Wait, do it again, Marjolaine, so they can see.
Okay.
Come over this way.
So,
You're
I was here to begin, and that was really legitimate. I mean, it's pretty flexible. And now I can actually almost double up.
Oh, I needed that
like,
so bad.
I can really feel how much longer and how much more flexibility I got in my lower spine, which means my lumbar spine is much healthier.
You know what's so funny? When you stand up, you're like, Like you feel
Yes.
your chest is widened
Yes.
out. You feel like your lungs can absorb more oxygen when you do that. Like it really,
and your head goes back, so your ears end up over your shoulders, and your shoulders
you're
over
not
your
hunched
hips.
over like this.
No, I
all
mean,
of a sudden
what,
you're like, oh, bring it back.
It's happening to everybody, especially kids, like teenagers.
Yeah. Oh, God, yeah.
Their heads are going forward, their shoulders are rolling forward, and their lower backs are flattening. Then their hip flexors get tight. Let's do the hip flexor stretch, because that's really important too. It's called Eve's lunge. And it's a really profound stretch that you can't do just simply on the floor. You need the movement of the reformer.
I would never be able to do this on the floor.
No.
There's not a possible way.
And if you have sciatica or any of those really lower back issues, this is a wonderful stretch. So you're just going to lower your hips to the floor, and what happens is that goes back, and you feel the stretch all the way through the front of your hip, right?
Yes.
All right, rotate your shoulders away, just simply away, the other way. And do you feel your psoas now?
Yeah.
That's a muscle that causes so many issues for people because we tend to be tight on one side versus the other side.
Well, and you know what I like about this too in this position, especially with a wider bar, is if you're a beginner, you can hang on.
Yes.
Like she's so used to it, she's doing all the extra stuff. But if you're like, okay, this is my first time, and if you could only go back a teeny bit, like she's basically doing a split, okay?
All right,
like
now
I can go back
you can.
pretty decent. But look, could I do this on the floor? Heck no, I could not do this on the floor.
So the reformer's protecting you, and that's the other thing I love about it. The resistance bands protect you. They support you where you're weak, but then they challenge you where you're strong.
Right.
And so there's not one exercise that you won't be able to do where you don't feel totally safe and profoundly affected. You know, once you finish it, you think, oh, what an amazing, I mean, this stretch alone, you can't replicate it.
No,
Just
there's no
rotate
way.
away, get into your psoas, open up your shoulder, and then if you want to work the hamstring, you just lengthen that way, and you are doing the split.
Just FYI, if you guys could widen out just a hair, can you do that again? Marjolaine is 70 years young, okay? Look at that. Guys, believe it or not, you can do it too.
I couldn't do this when I was 40.
Isn't that funny? And honestly, you look at it and you think, oh, there's no way I can do that. My gosh, why not give it a shot? I mean, imagine if you could. And like I said, how are you going in the back half of your life or the latter part? You should not be, I believe, going into it thinking, I'm done, it's too late, it's too far over. I look down and I got too much going on. And by the way, this is great for guys, it's great for girls. It doesn't matter who's in your family. It doesn't matter who you live with. You know, everybody can jump on this. And it's tremendously different than any style of working out you've ever done before. So if you're brand new to the whole concept of Pilates, welcome to Marjolaine's world. She is the person who's responsible for bringing Pilates into the home with her AeroPilates system. That was amazing. She really revolutionized the idea of bringing this into your home, because before you'd have to go spend a ton of money at very expensive classes, and the equipment's very big and bulky and it's not easy. In fact, I mean, the results were there. That's why people fall in love with it, but no one made it smart. No one made it capable of going into your home, and she's made even more improvements on tonight's version. Just as a quick reminder, we do have additional pieces available. We've got the mat, we have the headrest does adjust, that's on there, but if you want to get extra, you can, and we have the magic circle, which we do have to talk about. I'd say of all the additional items we have, that rebounder is a huge game changer. If you get the rebounder, that's where you really start to accelerate the weight loss. If you want to talk about toning, abs, everything else, the AeroPilates rebounder, or excuse me, the AeroPilates system is going to do that. But when you add the rebounder, that's where you're really going to kick up the calories, and you're going to really kick up the burn. Although I have to tell you right now, I'm sweating, and I've not been on the rebounder at all, hardly. 3 colors. This is the brand new teal color. We've got the black, which is the most popular right now. We have what I call the luxury car beige. You also, with the system, will get a wall poster that actually can take you through your entire workout. You also are going to 60-day start. You also are going to get with this a bunch of goodies to get you going right off the bat. Remember, you get 29 workouts online that's in any streaming service you have. So your phone, your tablet, your computer, whatever you have, you're gonna have 29 of those have access to, and on her.com site, there's over 300 additional workouts that are available to you as well. This is exclusive, you cannot get it anywhere else, only here at HSN. We're offering 5 flex pays, we include free shipping. It's a very happy big box when it arrives, so that's included in our price. If you want the black, and remember to please check out We do not have a ton of these for the day. And this is the only AeroPilates Today special we will do for the entire year as our Today special. So go ahead and check out, because if someone's actively buying it, our systems will take it out of your cart and they will move it into the cart that's actually purchasing it. So please don't miss out, especially if you're looking for a specific color. I want you to watch this next person and hear their story behind how this has really changed their lives.
Using the AeroPilates machine, I've lost 17 pounds and 20 inches all around in an 8-week period. It's not just weight loss, my body feels better. Before the program started, I was really nervous just because I've always been an athlete all my life, and so I haven't really been super flexible or anything. It's actually more whole body than I thought it was. The day after, I was like, oh, I'm sore here and I'm sore here, and just every part of my core was sore. So it's a good sore because I know that it's working areas that haven't been worked before and building those areas. And it's nice because if something feels a little too hard, you take the resistance band off. If you need a little bit more and I'm like pulling too quickly, I just add another band on the AeroPilates machine and it's great. If I only have 5 minutes, I can jump on the machine and do 5 minutes of using the rebounder. I can do 5 minutes of just doing my arms. I can do, if I have more time, I can jump on it. It really kind of takes away that excuse of I don't have time to work out, because you do. You can do a full body workout or you can do just 5 minutes. Working out with AeroPilates does make it fun. You kind of don't realize that you're actually working out. I lost 17 pounds in 8 weeks. I feel wonderful.
That is amazing. 17 pounds in 8 weeks. Like, people go on diets and they just
on average
losing 2 months a month, and 2 pounds a month. That's an average of 2 pounds a week. That's really remarkable.
And it's a healthy way. You know, that's the perfect amount to lose because you'll keep it off.
Yeah.
Yes, so we're talking results, obviously, losing weight, losing inches, improving posture, getting your back where it needs to be, getting rid of stiffness. These are all things that you're going to see and feel. Weight loss tends to be the #1 reason why people exercise, but I want you to consider that there's many other important reasons. Movement is key, flexibility is key to your youthfulness, building bones is important as we age, being flexible is really, really important too, and reducing stress. All of these things go into a wellness program, and typically to get all of that, you would need to do a lot of things: some yoga, some massage, some chiropractic, some stretching, some strength training, machine, weights, etc. Today, you can do it all on this one machine. So if toning and defining your body and improving your posture is key, then you don't need the rebounder. If you want to lose weight, add the rebounder, which is, I don't know, it's a ridiculously low amount of money. I can't even make it for that amount of money. It's normally closer to $100 and some. So
Yeah.
today, it's really a giveaway for you in case you want to add it.
And again, this is the rebounder. That's where we were doing the bouncing.
And the circle's the other thing that I love. If you're going to do Pilates, I think you have this on your coffee table when you're watching TV or you're just sitting down. So you can work your inner thighs, which is really important. Inner thighs are the key stabilizing muscles along with your abdominals. If your inner thighs are weak, your lower back is also weak. You can work the outer thighs, the saddlebags. Just put your feet in and push out, and you're working all these muscles here. The reason I love it the most is arms. So let me just work it here. Look at this. You can get biceps. So, I mean, look at that. You know, it's just an isolated movement. But what about your neck? I mean, at 70, my neck gives me away.
Well, yours doesn't.
Well, thank the Lord, because of my magic circle. If I put this on my forehead and I just isometrically push my hands, all those little muscles underneath that hold my head in place, that make that loosey-goosey neck, if they're not strong, work out. It's fabulous for that. You just do 10 of those a day, makes all the difference. Work your arms, work your belly, work your inner thighs and outer thighs. Fabulous little device. I don't know how much it costs today, but it's just an amazing addition.
It's $25.25. There you go. And we've got FlexPay on that too. The system itself, though, just as a quick reminder, it's the lowest price AeroPilates we've ever offered in the history of HSN. Everything else is going up. This did not. We actually went down in price. It is the only chance you get it as a Today Special. And please remember, we're $119 off retail. After the day's over, even here at HSN, it's going to go up $80. And why would you want to spend 80 bucks when the price goes up, when right now you can get the color you want, you can use the flex pay, and you're going to get our lowest price we'll do all year long. It's the perfect time to absolutely go, this is my year, to really go, you know what? I'm sick and tired of being sick and tired. And it is completely different than traditional working out. It's gentle, it's almost Zen-like, and yet you're getting a full and complete workout, more complete than typically any other thing you could ever do. It would take, as you mentioned, Marjolaine, a combination of a ton of different workouts to achieve what you can do on this. And here's the crazy part. Can you do it 3 times, 20 minutes a week? Can you imagine, in the 1 hour we're talking, you don't have to worry about working out for the rest of the week. You're actually done. Oh my goodness. Now, why does that happen, Marjolaine? It's because it's in one motion, in one workout, it's triggering a whole bunch of different results in those certain motions.
Right, so look at this, okay? This is how you begin every single workout. It's called the warm-up footwork. And it's important to start with the basis of your feet, because your feet are everything. So you begin to push away from the bar with the resistance that's comfortable for you. What am I working? First of all, I'm working my core abdominals because I'm moving through space. So I'm initiating using my belly, which is important in life. So I'm actually teaching my belly to stabilize my pelvis when my legs move. Then I'm doing a squat, basically. So all the muscles of the quads. Then if I just lower the heels, I'm stretching through the back of my legs. So these are exercises that I would perhaps make in the standing position, but because I'm lying down, my deep core stabilizing muscles get fixed. They get longer, stronger, wherever they're tight, wherever they're weak. The reformer begins to see my imbalances in my lumbar spine. It helps stabilize the pelvis so that it's even and not twisted and tipped. If I change my foot position, I'm now working my inner thighs. These are just fabulously profound little movements that will change everything about how you move the next time you get up off the reformer.
So true, too. What are some of the things, like as we age, that this will actually help with that usually is a problem?
Okay, so first of all, flexibility. You know, Joe Pilates used to say, you're only as young as your spine is flexible. So if you can't twist your head and look behind you, or you can't reach to the back seat of the car when something's there, or you can't reach up to grab something that's high up, or you can't bend down to pick something off the floor, you know that you've got a very stiff spine, so you want a flexible spine. What about range of motion in your wrists, your elbows, your knees, your ankles, and your shoulders? You know, these are really important joints that we tend to wear out, and they get stiffer. You're going to get more range. Bone density. How about bone density? We need to build muscle and strength train to build bone. So as you get older, that's very important. Stress, sleeping better. As we get older, we tend to not sleep as well. So AeroPilates will help you to reduce the stress hormones and get a better night's sleep and improve your mood. What else do you think? Weight, of course. You know, people tend to gain weight. They think that's very normal. And then they lose their posture. So they get fat tummies and rounded shoulders and heads that fall forward, and stiffness and achiness and bad moods and grumpiness, and all of that comes together. You're going to see such a big difference in every part of your wellness if you just do a little bit of this every day. And I promise you, if I had found something better, I would have brought it to you already. But I haven't found anything that does as much as what the AeroPilates reformer can do for you.
And let's look at some before and afters again, Marjolaine, if you can take us through those.
Yes.
And really kind of show what a difference it can make in such a short amount of time.
So we took real people, not models, took real people, gave them a reformer, gave them the weight loss weight management system that's in your box today, and said, do this 3 times a week. And then we measured. We measured their VO2 uptake. We measured their fat, their inches, their stress, their flexibility, and we saw massive changes. In these pictures, it's subtle, but it's really important, and this is only after 2 months. Imagine you do this now and you incorporate it in your life, and in the next 6 months, you just get better and better. I'm stronger and fitter than I've ever been, and I'm 70, so you too can have that. You're going to get a flatter tummy. You're going to get tighter, stronger, more functional muscles, muscles that actually do something when you're moving through life. You're going to get better posture. You're going to get more range of motion. You're going to obviously lose inches in the obvious places, you know, your saddlebags, your hips, your tummy, those sorts of areas where we tend to gain weight. And then tone and definition all over. Every single muscle in your body, including all the deep stabilizing muscles, the little teeny ones, get a workout every time you get on your reformer. And then the other thing that you do is you stretch and lengthen and add youthfulness to the way in which you move.
Mm-hmm. It's interesting too. It's interesting to watch people who are older, and as they get older, they start to shuffle when they walk.
Oh,
you know, there's not a stride anymore. There's not this glide anymore. And there's no reason.
They begin to do this.
Yeah, and they shuffle. Little shuffling. And you see them, and sometimes, and if you happen to be that one person, you really are shuffling, and you're like, oh, it's too, you know, I'm too old, I'm too far gone, I'm too overweight, I'm too that. You literally are not. I mean, Marjolaine is 70 years young, and she looks amazing. And she could probably outflex, outbend a bunch of 20-year-olds that are out there. And it's because she's been committed to what she created so long ago. And here's this unique opportunity, and it doesn't matter what age you are, literally. And what I really love about the videos is she will take you from, oh, if you can't do it this way, do it this way, which I really appreciate that. For a lot of beginners, it'll say, well, if that's too much for you, she shows you how to make these slight baby adjustments so that any level and any condition can actually get on it. You don't have to resign to being older and going, well, forget about it. I'm too far gone. It's too much this. I'm too much that. If you're not getting down on the ground and playing with your grandkids, getting down on the ground, maybe it's time you invest in this. If you aren't zipping up a flight of stairs really easily, maybe it's time you invest in this. And aren't you worth $60? I mean, what have you spent $60 in the last couple of days? If you go out to lunch, for gosh sakes, it's almost over $60 just to have a darn lunch anymore. Why not take maybe that dinner out one time a month for the next 5 months and invest it in your AeroPilates system? It's easy to assemble, it's not complicated, it's super easy to get started, and the results are absolutely out of this world. You will feel so good and so different even at that very first workout. And remember, it doesn't take a ton of time or commitment. Can you imagine changing your life on 3 20-minute workouts a week? So you knock it out Monday, Wednesday, Friday, you got the rest of the week off, or do it Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and then don't think about it till next Monday, or however combination you want to do it. It's 10 minutes in the morning and 10 minutes in the evening before you go to bed, but only 3 times a week? What piece of equipment or gym out there says, just come in 3 times a week for 20 minutes, we're gonna change your life? No, they want you gotta do an hour, you gotta take a bunch of classes, it's ridiculous. That is why AeroPilates is so incredibly effective, because you're doing more in one move than you will basically do using several pieces of equipment at a gym. That's really the game changer of the AeroPilates system. By the way, remember, we've got all the upgrades. I love it. Already the headrest does that naturally to position it the way you're comfortable. We've got the kind of adjustability lines now, so you know, and get an even adjustment on your straps. It's easier than ever to adjust the straps, which are great. We have the widest foot bar we've ever offered. Ever since we've ever offered this, it's always been a rectangular one. It's now wider, so you get even more versatility. Remember, the one thing, if you can swing it, I would absolutely recommend is get the rebounder. If you said, Suze, go out and jog enough to lose 2 pounds a week, I would not be able to do it. I cannot run from here to the other side of the studio. My knee's shot, it's just not working anymore. But with the rebounder, it allows you to do things you thought were completely impossible. We've now sold over 200 rebounders rebounders, and it is cost them more to make it than the price of our rebounder tonight. So make sure if you can swing it to add that to it, it just takes this whole system to that next level. But now's the time, right now, it's the beginning of a new year, Marjolaine. I love having you here so early in the year, because this is the moment where you just say, I'm gonna do it for me this year. I'm gonna stop worrying about everybody else, daggone it.
That's right, and summer bodies are made in the winter, so now is the time.
That's true.
Really, you've got to get going. If you're thinking about it and you have questions, you can email me throughout the day. It's Marjolaine at Lighter Living, and I'll answer all your questions. There's lots of support. Go to the YouTube channel, Lighter Living. There's lots of different varieties of things that you can see there. You can go to my website, Lighter Living, and read. I mean, really, I'm here to support you. I want you to make a difference. And I think the only way you're going to do that is at least get it home, give it a go. If you don't like it, you can always return it. But I know that you're going to join this amazing club of ours that where you just feel younger and better as you get older.
Like I said, you should be going into the second half or the third quarter of your life. Can you imagine going into that feeling better than you've ever felt? How amazing would that be?
Yes.
Most people think, oh, it's too late, it's too done, I'm too heavy, I'm too this.
Well, we're
no,
all
you're
going
not.
to live till we're 100 and something now too. So
I hope so.
We kind of want our brains and our bodies to still be functioning well. This is the best functional fitness I know. There's nothing else out there like it. Right. You know, actually, there's a lot of controversial fitness too that it can be very stressful on your body. So be gentle and really give it a go.
All right,
I'll see
we're
you
gonna wrap it up at
8
this
o'clock
point.
tomorrow.
8 o'clock in the morning, later today. I will be back with you at 11 p.m. Take Care of Yourself is coming up next. And here's Ty with some great New Year's healthy tips.
Exercise is more than just routine. It's a powerful tool for enhancing both physical and mental well-being. And how you dress can significantly impact your routine. Compression socks offer several benefits to enhance your workout, aiding in performance and recovery. Designed to improve circulation, these specialized socks help increase your blood flow to the muscles, improving oxygen delivery and reducing the risk of cramps and fatigue during workouts. HSN.com has a variety of products that can help you get more motivated to exercise. Just type in the keyword exercise in the search bar and see what items fit your lifestyle needs and your budget. This has been Tips for Living Well with me, your Get Up and Go guru, Ty Mayberry. I'll see you next time. Exercise is more than just routine.